respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tận thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, tinh chuyên diệu pháp luân giáo đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly hữu đạo là thất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Nam mô Sananto Suchedoye Olahudi Samyao Sanputosye. Nam mô Tát Tát Tha Tuya Daya Alahade Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đạo Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual doctrines. 无上甚深微妙法，百千万劫难遭遇。我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Sutra, Venerable YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good new advisors of Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、智者、大士、师父、上人，各位出家人，各位善知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát khẩn thưa trí giả đại sư thượng tiến hóa quý thầy cô và các vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 17th of May 2025. We are here at Way Mountain to discuss the Vimalakirti Sutra. It's on chapter 1, slide 259. Thank you for coming and joining us. Okay, this describes the Bodhisattva, actually the Mahasattvas in attendance when Shakyamuni Buddha was explaining the Vimalakirti Sutra. So let's jump right into it. Bodhisattva, merit and virtue, marks and adornment. Okay, commentary slide 260. Master Sutra, that we base the explanation of the sutra on. He explains that for this particular Mahasattva, he contemplates the proper of the nature of the mind, and he sees that it's replete with all dharmas, okay, and it's adorning the dharma body. The point here is that the bodhisattvas are specialists in cultivating merit and virtue. They know how to cultivate merit and virtue, and they have countless ways to cultivate merit and virtue. This is what you learn. Part of your spiritual path is to learn more and more ways to cultivate merit and virtue. Okay, and And when you accrue at this Mahasattva level, because they've been cultivating merit and virtue for so long, that the merit and virtue now are reflected in their beings. Okay? We're not just talking about the Dharma body, okay, but also about the flesh body we have. When we cultivate merit and virtue, there are some marks, meaning something that's observable, that you can hear, you can smell, you can feel, you can see, okay? So for example, yesterday I decided to remind the new trainees again, because we have more and more trainees coming and joining us, and we expect to have more. And so I hope you pass it on to the future generation as part of your training process. Is I taught them how to walk without moving their arms, okay? It's called comportment in Buddhism. As a Sangha, we have the many rules of comportment, the way that we carry ourselves. And I explained to them why, when you walk, you don't want to move your arms like ordinary people. Ordinary people, when they walk, the way they move their arm actually is not that adorned. Okay, I share with you a special tip. If you look at lay people, how they walk, you see how their arm swings along their body. Okay, let me teach you how to see if someone has kung fu or not. The people who have kung fu, when they walk, their arm is very loose. They swing naturally. Whereas, let's say you are an arm wrestler, or you are a beefy person, you notice when you walk, okay, your arm swing like this. Okay, they're very stiff. There's so much tension. Okay, and that's not good. Okay, meaning that your mind has a lot of tension. When your mind has no tension, that's when your arm swings loosely. It flows. And you really are not moving the arms at all because your body moves. That's why the arm naturally swings by themselves. Got that? All you have to do is, too bad, he's dead already, or my disciple put it, something like he passed away already. Okay? He's dead already. Master YongHua, when you watch him walk, it's effortless. Okay? And I bet you if he moves his arm, he's swinging his arm loose like this, you see it's hardly moving at all. It moved naturally. There's no tension in the arm. That's how you can tell someone's Chan skills, by the way. I see you boys, when you walk, I see your arm are too stiff. Okay? It shows your Chan skills are pretty low. I have proof when I call you low lives because you're low. Your skill level is low. It's not derogatory at all. I'm factual. I'm trying to remind you, know your place, idiots. All right? So that's how you can tell. I go to Northern California, I see a lot of Republicans. They all walk like that president. He pretends to be relaxed, but the arm is so much tension. Yeah. Anyway, so I taught my disciples, left from disciples, I taught you, because your skill level is low, therefore your comportment is when you walk, you put your hands in front of you. By the way, the Koreans, the Vietnam people, they don't understand this. That's why they look funny when they walk. Suneems when they walk like this, I laugh quietly to myself. Oh my God, you guys don't even know how to walk. This is this comportment for left home people. You put our hands in front of ourselves, so that the reason is that we don't want to draw attention to ourselves. When you go like this, people will notice you. when you're like this, you can go unnoticed, a lot more easily unnoticed. Okay? And when you do that, and that's merit, the mark of merit and virtue. We teach you about merit and virtue. There's merit and virtue in walking the proper way. Okay? Even you lay people. Okay? If you walk with your arm with less tension, it's a mark of merit and virtue too. Losers. Got it? Huh? So pay attention, okay? It's about if you do that, it's you walking in chant, okay? So my point being that when you're with us, we train you and we teach you many, many things, and all will manifest as a mark of merit and virtue. Got that? It will show. It's observable, by the way, eventually. Okay, people, one look and say, oh yeah, this Sunim has merit and virtue. Okay, it's not the thing where they learn to walk stiff. No, it's about if your mind is blank, your body naturally flows. When your mind is full of false thinking, it shows in the way you walk. So that's called mark of merit and virtue. Is that clear? Okay, we pay attention to a lot of things. You don't think it's a casual thing for us. We teach you little things that will manifest as a merit and virtue mark. And that's very adorned, by the way. Okay? And when I look at a left-hand person or the way she walks, I can tell this person has virtue or not. And she's more adorned. If the more merit and virtue she has, the more adorned her comportment is, the more adorned she is. And that's why, you see, I teach you about chant. Okay, our chant is markless. I've been doing this for 20 years now. This is my 20th year, okay, or so. And you see, I force you, look at this. This Buddha hall is very ugly, okay? And it requires you to adorn it, okay? We don't spend money. Look at even that sound thing here is the most ridiculous looking thing. I look at it every single week. Every single time I come back and say, really? We save money by putting up these monstrosities up here? And no one seems to be bothered by it, you see? But I'm practicing to be markless. It bothers me so much, but I refuse to do anything about it. Okay? One day, when it no longer bothers me, I will replace them. You see, I use everything. Okay? Because we are teaching you about markless, because I'm practicing markless myself. Okay? I've come here in the Buddha hall and said, my God, this is a Buddha hall? It doesn't look spiritual at all, does it? So it's up to you now to adorn it with your merit and virtue. That's the only thing we have going for ourselves. Otherwise. Okay? And eventually, I promise you, when it's time, we'll adorn it. Here, I'm asking you to adorn it with your merit and virtue. Got it now? So yeah, people come here, especially the Vietnam people and Chinese people who walk in here and say, yeah, this is a temple? What kind of people are these? And what's the answer? We are markless Chan, loser. Koreans, you get it? Huh? Most people fail that test immediately. They say, wow, what kind of cult is this place? Yeah, this is called markless son, you loser. Okay? See, you pass the test. You come and you see, when you come to a place, the first reaction, yeah, really? This is a temple? What kind of place is this? And you survive, that means you're becoming more and more markless. Get it? That's why you are special. Because let me tell you, every time I go to the Wei Mountain Temple Buddha Hall, I'm still struggling with these monstrosities up there. Can you see? Can you pan the camera for the other people to see what I'm talking about? These sound things to help reduce improve the noise a little bit, reduce the echo. Okay. But can you do that? Can you see it on the screen? You see those? I can't believe that we spend money doing these things for one day to replace them. Such a waste of money. Huh? They work pretty well. Yeah, they do the job, but my God, I mean, you don't have to be so ugly. Look at that. You see? What kind of temple, what kind of place of worship is this? Yeah, you're Mickey Mouse. Yeah, it wouldn't bother you. Okay, got it? Next, 261, Bodhisattva Lion's Roar.
狮子吼菩萨
What is this about? Commentary. He says, Master Teacher says, haven't seen the Buddha nature, his Mahasattva accomplished the samadhi of the lion's roar. What is he talking about? He says that, one, you can see your true nature, who you really are. What happens? Naturally, you at that point in time, you achieve this samadhi. You reach its level of samadhi of the lion's roar. What is lion's roar? Lion's roar refers to, it's an analogy, the lion is a king of the beasts in the jungle. So when the lion roars, all the other beasts are terrified. The elephants are terrified, stop dead in their tracks. Everyone, every single beast runs away. Okay? Because they're terrified of the lion's roar. The lion basically says, I'm here. Okay? And so same thing. The Buddha, if you enter the samadhi, meaning that when the Buddha speaks Dharma, okay, he's able to enter this samadhi called the lion's roar. And then when he speaks Dharma, the beasts or the demons and the ghosts are terrified. The sound, his sound, is terrifying to them. Okay, like a lion, when he decides to roar, it terrifies the beasts. Alone by himself, naturally, the lion doesn't roar. But when he decides to terrify them, he uses roar, and they're scared. And that's what happens. The Buddha, when the Buddha speaks Dharma, then the demons and the ghosts, the troublemakers, are terrified. What are we talking about? I remember Master YongHua relating in his Dharma talks that when he visited Master Xu Yun, great Master Xu Yun, and he walked in there, Master Xu Yun was speaking Dharma, okay, and there is in the back of the Buddha hall, of the lecture hall, there are some ghosts and demons who are making noises. Okay, and so Master YongHua basically said, I can't have that. I mean, that's not respectful of the Dharma speaker. So he shut them up. But you see, my point being that even when you speak Dharma, the Dharma master, sometimes their samadhis are not strong enough, and therefore, in the back of Buddha Hall, the ghosts and the demons gather and they laugh and they make noises because they're not scared. So when you get to the Buddha's level, when he spoke Dharma, the demons were terrified. Okay, so the more your skills improve, the stronger you are, and the more the more respect you can inspire from the ghost and the demons. Any questions about that? And also after Master YongHua died, I went to his disciples' lectures, and that's the same thing that happened. Even worse in Master Xu case, they were lecturing, and the ghosts were laughing in the back and making noises in the back. Okay, they have no respect. I say, what kind of joke is this? This guy is speaking nonsense. They judge you. Trust me. Okay, so this is not something that we can fake. And that's why you as love form person, you need to build your samadhi. It shows. So when it's time for you to speak Dharma, okay, they don't dare stand back there in the back of Buddha Hall making noises and laughing at you. And that's why, that's the meaning of lion's roar. Lion's roar is symbolic of you speaking Dharma, like a lion roaring, and the ghosts are scared because it's powerful enough to subdue them. Your samadhi and the Dharma effectiveness, the Dharma power can subdue them. That's why they're scared. It's not something you can fake. You regular people, regular Buddhists don't understand. They only see the outside and they don't realize there's a lot more going on in the invisible side of the temples. Okay, and ghosts and spirits, run around, making noises and causing trouble. Questions and comments? Okay, next. 263, Bodhisattva, thunderous voice.
雷音菩萨，
Commentary. It has proper contemplation, meaning there's a certain proper technique of practicing samadhi. And when you practice samadhi, you contemplate the nature of the mind and mind of the middle way. Okay, and with that, you will achieve erudition, and there is Mei Xing, the beautiful practices, and they're very adorned practices. Okay, and these adorned practices are like thunder, quaking, or roaring, or roar. Okay, and why their comparison of thunder, quaking? Thunder is a thunder of the sound there in the sky. Okay, quaking is the earth being shaken. Okay, earthquake, And roaring is from a human being there, from a being that emits a sound. Thunder is in the sky, a roar is on the earth. And so it has a way, it's able to frighten the two extremes and can freeze them dead and from the tracks, okay? Or encourage them to isolate themselves. Okay, that's according to Master Chuyi. That's Master Chucha here. Okay, what he's referring to is that the proper Dharma and these bodhisattvas are able to scare the two extremes. Two extremes are the two extremes that worldly people advocate. Extreme of nihilism, meaning that everything returns to emptiness, therefore it doesn't matter. Okay? Or the other extreme is permanence, meaning if you are a dog, you're always a dog. You're a man, you're always a man. You're a woman, it's hopeless. That kind of thing. Got that? So that's why permanence or nihilism. Okay, those are two extremes of existence and non-existence. Okay? And therefore you the Dharma can overwhelm these two extremes and anything in between. Okay, and freeze them in the tracks and make them run away and isolate themselves. Okay, now another commentary that we found, research by my Chinese students' research help uncover, is that this thunderous voice is produced from samadhi. Okay? And interestingly, for practitioners who walk the spiritual path, many of them, especially many Buddhists, monks and nuns, in Korea, in Vietnam, in those places, okay? They have this problem. I told you that since I first started. When you practice the spiritual path, many of them, especially monks I met, Vietnamese monks and Taiwan monk and Zen people and the Koreans don't seem to have this problem. Okay, Koreans are actually stronger than this, and so they stuck on the third dhyana. Why are they stuck? Because when you reach third dhyana, it's very blissful. Okay, apparently, it's the most blissful experience you have. That's why many people become attached. That's why many Vietnamese monks I know are attached to it. Quite a few Korean nuns are attached to it. Okay, many Zen people are attached to it. Okay, because they don't have a lot of guidance, and that's why when you're on your own, it's very easy to stumble upon this third dhyana and get stuck on it because it's very enjoyable. Okay. In contrast, when you're with us, it's one of our jobs as spiritual trainers is to help you avoid those pitfalls, not just third dhyana. Third dhyana is very low level, but as you get to each level, fourth dhyana, fifth samadhi, first stage arhat, and so forth, they have their own pitfalls. So I don't look at it as don't brag about third dhyana pitfalls, we can easily avoid it. But each level has their pitfalls, and if you think according to the Chan people, and from Vietnam, from China, from Asia, and so forth. They know third dhyana is very well-known pitfall there, where it's very easy for people to get stuck and stagnate there. Okay, but what to me is an exaggeration, because each level has pitfalls where each of them can easily stagnate if you're not careful. 1G has 1G stagnation, 3G has 3G stagnation, 4th stage arhats has 4th stage arhat stagnation. Okay, so to me, they're all just as dangerous. Okay, but apparently here, according to the research material here, that the thunderous voice is sometimes used to help wake them up from a third dhyana. Okay, and maybe someday we should try it for the other stuff as well. Okay, the other pitfalls as well. Okay, and the analogy here for the attachment to the bliss of the third dhyana is as deep as high iced fish who are frozen in ice, or hibernating bears or insects. Isn't it interesting? They're oblivious to the real world because they're so attached to their pleasures. All right. Next, more research materials. And it says here, what the Dharma that's spoken through this thunderous voice, meaning from samadhi, can make both gods and humans rejoice and cause all evil beings to tremble in fear, just like the sound of thunder. Whereas those who hear it, on the good side, experience both joy and awe. Okay, so that's the function of using this samadhi to produce the thunderous voice. Okay, and by the way, it's not necessarily the voice, the sound I just made, to draw your attention, but the mere fact that your samadhi level, your invisible samadhi level, has the invisible effect of causing evil beings to tremble in fear, just like the sound of thunder. Okay, and those in the presence of your samadhi can experience more joy and awe. So, for example, I just came back from Korea. I met some of the Sunims there, and I can tell the difference between the different levels of Sunims. Okay, when they're higher level, people are more attentive to them, more respectful to them. Okay, and so forth. So in our world, this is the reason why I stress to all of you, when I train you, there's no excuse. I look at your samadhi level constantly. Where are you? Today, tomorrow, next week, next month. I keep track. Okay? Because that's how I gauge your progress. Okay, next, more research here from Master Ji Zhang. Okay, it says thunderous sound bodhisattva and mountain crashing sound bodhisattva. They're Dharma brothers. With the great sound of the Dharma, when they speak the Dharma, that is, they subdue the strong and the rigid. The strong is the people who are strong physically, strong with their conscious mind, but very weak spiritually. Okay? Rigid is that they're so inflexible, they are so stuck on themselves, they think they know, and only they matter. That's rigidity. It's so important that they don't need to compromise. Chan is flexibility. Recently, I take people's hand. I go like this. Be less, go like this. Be less rigid. Okay, your mind is so stiff. You want to try it? Huh? Do it. You see how rigid your head is. Yeah. Yeah. Think about it. It's a message, but they don't get it. They think I'm joking. No, you're too rigid. When I tell you things, you don't register. You disagree. You fight me constantly. And I don't know. I disagree. What are you talking about? Anyway, okay. They're strong already, but rigid. Okay. The sound of the thunder and the sound of mountain crashing, two mountains crashing, it's very noisy, and that wakes people up. So sometimes in the bodhisattvas, when they teach, they have to resort to noise, to and thunder to help wake you up. Because you're full of yourself. You need to be woken up from your stupor, from your stupidity. 267, Bodhisattva din of colliding mountains.
山相即因菩萨，
I think this is the same guy as the similar Dharma brother. Here it says, it's like two mountains colliding. The sound reverberates the four directions, and the state and wisdom of being in accord, and thus creating a sound of four eloquences. Okay? So these noises are designed to wake you up. Okay? And it's not just waking you up, but to wake you up, now you've woken up. Now the next thing is to take advantage of it and convince you to change. And therefore, the wake up is followed by the eloquence. Can you see that? Because it doesn't make sense to wake you up, to shake you up. What for? You continue to speak Dharma. And so that's why in Buddhism, you eventually, if you want to help people, you have to speak Dharma. When you speak Dharma, you need to develop eloquence. Okay? There's many, many skills in Buddhism, and not just chant, not just mantras. It's the full complement of skills. All that's needed to help living beings wake up from their stupor. Bodhisattva, fragrant elephant.
相相菩萨，
Okay. Now imagery. And this guy here is free of afflictions and poison and smell, and able to carry all with the power of kindness. Okay. That's what the fragrant elephant bodhisattva represents. Okay? Also known as Xianghui bodhisattva, the red bodhisattva or the inexhaustible bodhisattva. And he's actually one of the 16 Buddhas of the auspicious Aeon. Shakyamuni Buddha is the fourth. Okay? And there are a total of 16 of them during this Aeon, auspicious Aeon, that they will appear in our world to help us, to teach us and save living beings. Okay? And these Buddhas, actual Buddhas, may manifest as bodhisattvas. All right? And so the name of fragrant elephant is symbolic of being free of afflictions and poison and smell. Okay? So when you hear about these things, It's not about them. It's about you reflecting upon yourself. Okay? This Bodhisattva is known to be free of afflictions. Are you free from afflictions? Okay? And how do you get there? They got there because they shed one affliction after another, after another, after another. Instead of blaming others for their afflictions, they simply figure out how to stop being afflicted by getting rid of their attachments. They don't blame others, you losers. Only losers blame others. It's always, it's your fault. I'm perfect fine until you come along, and now you wrecked my life. Okay? It's always blaming. It's someone else's fault. It's never your fault. Those are losers. That's why I call losers. One definition of losers is what they're always complaining and pointing the fingers at someone else. Okay? I don't need to name names. Just look around you. There are lots of losers around you. Always whining and complaining. You're so mean to me. Why is you unfair? Why is Master so crude? Why Master favors the one, her but not me? You don't deserve it. Okay? So, afflictions. This Mahasattva, okay, it becomes fragrant because his body actually is very fragrant. You go near his body, like Master YongHua. Master YongHua's body is very fragrant, by the way. Okay, you go there, Chanel number 5.5. You know that? It's so nice. Okay, so that's why fragrance, because when you're free of afflictions and poison, okay, and that's when you become fragrant. Okay, elephant is the strength, the ability to carry you. And that's symbolic of the power of kindness. Okay, when you try to help people, you can't simply, it's not enough for you to say, oh, I love to help you, I feel for you. If you really feel for me, carry me to safety, carry me to comfort, carry me to nirvana. Okay? And that's the power of kindness. You see, kindness in Buddhism is not talk. You have to carry them. You have to help them physically. Don't say, how come, I really feel for you. You just ask yourself, how come I can't carry them? Am I just all talk? Okay? And this is how I judge teachers. Can you carry your students to safety? Can you carry your students to joy, to accomplishment? Like my teacher, my Chinese teacher. Okay? My generation, we just take advantage of it, of his name and his accomplishment. And we feel that all we have to do is mention that, we're a disciple of Master YongHua. We are second generation of Mahayana. We're special. That's only you do that because you lack kindness. Kindness is that you develop the ability to carry all, to help everyone. Not just talk. Okay? Next. 271. Fragrance symbolizes pervasive and unobstructed meaning. Elephant signifies great strength and steadfastness in action, when the two are combined, they represent the fulfillment of all practices and their results. Okay? So, fragrance, pervasive because it goes everywhere. You cannot stop the fragrance of the incense. You burn the incense up there on the altar, it pervades the room. And then we pray in our incense praise, we pray to the Mahasattva, and then Mahasattva uses spiritual powers to carry that incense that we burned in a censer to offer to all Buddhas of the 10 directions. Can you see that? This Mahasattva we bow to in the incense praise is most likely, I don't know him because I'm no Buddha, no Bodhisattva. Most likely, he's got to be a Buddha to be able to carry all the incense to all the Buddhas in the Dharma realm. It's kind of cool. When you offer the little things there, and we bow 3.5 times, because we say, thank you for helping us offer it to all Buddhas. So last Friday, last week's Friday, 8 days ago, we did the funeral, and part of that, we did the incense praise as well, because we wanted to offer incense on the behalf of the deceased to all Buddha 10 directions. See, guys, that's why I brought you along, because for you to witness it, that this is what we do. Every little bit of things we do is to benefit others. That's a mindset. Okay. It's not. I didn't bring you along to impress people to see how many left home people we have. Each temple typically has one left home person, maybe two. We brought how many? Several. We had to take 3 cars. It's for you, novices, to see, to understand the meaning of our existence, why we do all this. Okay? There are plenty of opportunities, but when we're given a chance, we bring great benefits to them. Okay? And pervasive and restrictive meaning, elephant signifying great strength and steadfastness in action. You can see great strength is elephants are very strong, but steadfastness, I'm not sure is that it's associated with an elephant. Okay? Why is it steadfast? Because in Asia, okay, in my times, in my father's time, there are very few bobcats, okay? There are few trucks. So we use elephants to haul lumber. You know that? We tie some chains, metal chains, around the lumber, and then we tie it around the elephant's neck, and the elephant will carry it down through the forest, okay, down to the river, and then we bind them together and float it down river to the city. Got that? So that's why steadfast, because when you carry heavy things, you need to go for the distance. Just strength alone is not enough. You have to be able to sustain it. So that's what elephants do. Meaning what? You're developing the skills not only to have strength, okay, but also to be able to do it for extended periods of time. And how does that work? That's why I taught you this morning that when you get together and do a chant class with us, with me, okay, for that 58 minutes period there, fight and fight and fight. That's how you develop steadfastness. fight your tiredness, fight your sleepiness, fight your inclination to lean forward. Every time I see you meditate, I always see you like this. What is the matter with you? Okay, and this particular bodhisattva has a description here that in the literature, if you want to carve a statue, this bodhisattva, then this is what it says: white flesh color, seated upon a lotus flower, right fist is held before the chest with a lotus in hand, upon which rests the incense vessel. Left fist is placed at the waist, okay? And so, in the secret school, he's known as Vajra of great strength, a precept guarding Vajra with a very, very ugly face, scary face, scowl on his face and say, I don't like you. What did you do for me to like you? Next, Bodhisattva, fragrant white elephant.
白相向菩萨，
Master Chucha says, the foundational nature of the Dharma is fundamentally devoid of good and evil. The pure phenomenon, pure wisdom, and the 5 parts of Dharma body fragrance, they give rise to kindness, compassion, to carry all, like a white fragrance elephant. Okay. Again, fragrant here refers to purity. When you keep your precepts purely, like Master YongHua, he's one of the purest monk I know. He's so pure that his body emits fragrance. Okay, this is natural. If your head is full of evil thoughts up here, and you think that others don't know, okay? Actually, because you have evil thoughts, it's just dark thoughts here in your head, your body actually stinks. So when you get near, you get to be close to someone who's like that, you sniff them a little bit, you say, ooh, you should put some cologne. It's not that because you lack, that you didn't take a shower. You can shower all you want. It's funny. I went to Taiwan a long time ago, 25 years ago. And I stayed at a Vietnamese master's temple. He's dead now as well. I don't know why they're all dead by now. What is it? Oh, yeah. It'll be my turn very soon. Okay? And he accepted a disciple. This is in Taipei. A disciple, a Taiwanese guy. At the time, he's around 60. Okay? And retired. He had nothing to do, so he decided to become a monk. Okay? And I didn't know much about this guy, but I noticed one thing is kind of interesting. And being from America, and at the time, I was a newly ordained monk from my Vietnamese master, so I really knew nothing. But every time I was near this guy here, okay, yes, he stinks. And then he tries to carve it up with cologne. Okay, I don't think they have Brut over there. You know Brut? In my era, we use Brut. Okay, yeah. Muhammad Ali kind of thing. Okay? Because Muhammad Ali was a spokesman for Brut. and I couldn't figure out why does this smell so bad. And I said, did he take a shower or what? And it turns out that one day I realized he just took a shower because the hair in the morning. Okay, I used to eat breakfast with them every now and then. I realized the hair is wet from just having taken a shower. So at breakfast, I say, he just took a shower. It just smells as bad as yesterday, the day before. And I said, I couldn't figure it out. So I started talking to him, doing my investigation, And I talked to him and said, so you took a shower? I determined he took a shower today, okay? And he wore, Taiwanese cologne. And then I asked him, how did you become a monk? He said, I'm retired, so I have nothing to do, so I thought I become a monk. I said, and how old are you? I said, I'm around 62 and so forth. I said, so what were you doing before you retired? Were you a taxi driver or something? He says, no, I was working for the Taiwanese CIA. Or in Vietnam, we call them Sia. You're not Vietnamese, you don't appreciate the Vietnamese joke. Okay. CIA, pronounced as Sia in Vietnamese. Anyway, so he was the Taiwanese CIA. And I say, Taiwanese CIA, what does it mean? He says, Taiwanese CIA. And I realized that whatever department he was in, the department is very foul thinking, killing others, devising tricks to harm others, okay, and trap others. CIA, they do a lot of recruiting. They use drugs, sex, money, whatever it takes to turn people, okay, to become double agents and so forth. So I'm sure he's working against the Chinese and whatever, Filipinos, whatever, Japanese, whatever. But this guy apparently specialized in doing very evil things in the Taiwanese CIA. That's why his body emitted this constant foul. It's so bad, let me tell you. I'm not exaggerating. Still today, I can't stand it. I know if I see him again, I would pass out. Even now, it's that bad. It's no escaping it. I don't care how much samadhi you have. It is overpowering. There's no samadhi that can protect you against this. So that's why it doesn't matter how much cologne he put on, it's so bad. Every single time. Okay? And he has a bad temper as well. He's always picking a fight with you. He's criticizing all. Why are you this way? Why are you that way? Why are you so mean to me? Why are you so irresponsible? Why are you so stupid? It's always someone else's fault. And it stinks so bad. Oh my God. And finally, I couldn't take it anymore. There's a good ending to the story. So I started picking a fight with him so that he would stay away from me. He used to come to me and say, that's right. Amen. And so he used to find excuses to come and find out about life in the United States, or what it's like to be at Master Shinho's temples, what kind of things. And I got to receive training, how I was trained, so forth. Because at that temple they don't have a lot of training. They just give you ropes and good luck to you, that kind of thing. Okay, so he's curious. So how, what kind of training did you do? So he bugged me every day. So I couldn't take it anymore, because every time he comes to me, I have to keep a straight face. And it's very difficult to do when you're about to pass out. And after a while, I couldn't keep him away, so I decided to pick a fight with him. So we would, disagree on something. I intentionally made it worse than it really was. So we really became worse enemies within the temple. He would stay away from me. When he saw me, he'd go to a different direction. Okay. And eventually, but still, the Vietnamese master would find reason to put us together to work on small projects. I said, oh my God, this is, to me, it's the worst thing possible. Okay, at the time, I couldn't take it. So, you know what I did? I'm not proud of this. I want to tell you that. I can be very evil. So one day I couldn't take it anymore, okay, because we got on fighting. We worked for a while, and I made sure I pick a fight with him, so we would, he would part our ways. Say, okay, you do that, I come back, and we meet again later to put our work together and so forth. I couldn't take it anymore, so I made it worse and worse and worse for him, and then, but so one day I said, that's all I had to do, let me tell you. I found all sorts of things to drive him away, but he would not go away. So one thing I said, I was fed up, so fed up, and then look at him. And you know what? The following week, he left the temple. He was so offended. This is one thing he could not stand. He knows he stinks. I'm not proud of it, let me tell you. But I kind of was proud at the time. I said, wow, I'm a good problem solver, man. This is a true story, let me tell you. I can be very mean. You pick a fight with me, I'll fight you to death. I'm an asura. Not only asura, I'm a manic asura. You don't want to fight with me, I will kill you. Either you kill me, I will kill you. So I fought with him every day, and finally I couldn't take it anymore. I said, either you or me have to leave. So I said, and I ran out of things to do to him, so finally I confronted him. I said, during lunch, let me tell you, we're eating lunch with the big master, and he sat next to me and said, he was so offended, he stood up and left the lunch table. And a week later, he asked for permission to move away from the master's temple and went to a different temple. And guess what? I was so proud. I said, loser. And guess what? A few months later, I had to leave the temple too. It serves me right, I force him to leave the temple on purpose, okay? Because I told him, if you see me every day, I will go like this in front of the master, in front of people. He knew I would do it to him every single day. So he said, I better avoid this. I can't win this war here. So he left. And later, guess what? A Vietnamese nun from Vietnam started playing tricks on me. She started bad-mouthing the master. He says, this Vietnamese master here has problems. And the other Vietnamese monk got in trouble with him. Okay? And it's all lies. I didn't know that at the time. Because one of her purposes was to detach me from him. I didn't know it back then. So I heard that, and she keeps bombarding me with bad rumors like that. And eventually I came to him and said, I asked for your permission to go to another temple, which is closer to my school. So he was very upset. He said, I give you everything. I wanted you to stay here. You want to go to PhD school, I will pay for everything. And so it turns out I used a trick to drive the other guy away, so that Vietnam woman used a trick to drive me away from him. Speaking of cause and effect. Yeah. That's why you novices be careful, okay? Do no evil because you pay. In our world, it bounces back to you very quickly. Okay, you do evil things, and it bounces right back at you. But in my defense, I had no choice. The guy smells so bad. I swear to God, I've never seen anyone who smells this bad, ever. Oh, that's the opposite of fragrant. You see that? The fragrant is that you are zero evil thoughts. Okay? There's no bad thoughts in you at all. That's how you become fragrant. And that's the same with Master YongHua. He has zero evil thoughts, let me tell you. Any questions? That's my little Vietnamese world for you and Taiwan world. Okay? As a reminder, you don't want to fight with me. I get worse and worse as I get older. Bodhisattva, constant vigor.
常精进菩萨
Commentary, he says that sees that the nature of Dharma is permanently dwelling, accomplishing non-action proper vigor. Interesting. The nature of Dharma is permanently dwelling. Okay? He sees permanence. Okay? He's beyond all the manifestations of production and extinction. He sees everything is permanent. All right? And he's accomplished non-action proper vigor. What does it mean? Non-action proper vigor. Okay, he's accomplished, meaning that he is succeeded. It's nothing better. Okay, you got. Cheng here is you done. You accomplish it. This is paramita, if you will. In our world, it's called paramita. Okay, paramita is that you finished. You arrived. Okay, you arrived at the highest level possible. That's paramita. Okay, Cheng is paramita. Non-action, propriety, and vigor. Meaning, for example, okay, he can be so vigorous. All right? You cannot be more vigorous than he is. Okay? Propriety. He's proper. There's no deviancy in him at all. So far, so good. What about non-action? You understand all those? Vigor, propriety, that's clear, right? What about non-action? What's non-action? These are Buddhist jargon. This concept is very important for you. What's non-action? Anyone? If you don't give me the proper answer, I'm not going to tell you about fragrance anecdotes from Taiwan anymore. Yes, 7. What's non-action?
No react.
No what?
React. 반응하지 않는 것.
Do not react.
Not react. Oh, don't react. No. Not quite. Anyone else? What's non-action? I taught some of you already. Those of you I taught, don't answer me. Give others a chance. What's non-action? Go for us.
Is it like he does it, but he doesn't see he does it? Like to help others, like it's truly empty to him?
Truly empty to him, he does it, but he doesn't see he does it. Okay, anyone else? What's non-action? JMT. What's non-action?
제 생각에는 했다라는 상의 없이 하고 있는 게 무작이라고 생각합니다.
Mark that I did it.
What?
There's no mark that I did it.
No mark, I did it. Like in Vietnam, we call it Nam Da Yo Tai. Okay, you know what it is? Vietnam has perfected that technique already. It's Nam Da, meaning you throw a stone. You throw a stone at Vicky, and then you hide your arm. So I did it like Jumi, but I hide it so that no one can see it. It's Vietnam technology. Very good, Jumi. Don't hang around with Han too that much anymore, okay? You pick up all the bad habits from Han. See, Han answered first, and then Jumi, you see the mother-child relationship? Yes, in the back.
Master, it's like when you are afflicted, we do nothing.
Afflicted, you do nothing. Such a wimp. Okay, 7.
Thank you, Master. From YouTube, Diego says, Emitofuo, Master, non-action is his mind is still. Nothing can move him. Even if he is in movement, his mind doesn't move at all.
He's in movement, the mind is in movement, he's still. Okay, non-action. Yeah, it's not wrong. Okay. So what's the big deal? Why non-action? 无做. 做 is to do, non-doing, non-action. Yes, JMT.
아까 봐서 제가 얘기하려고 했던 거는 내가 정진하고 있다는 상의 없이 정진한다는 의미였거든요.
I practice hard, but there is no thinking that I practice hard.
No thinking, but you practice hard. Very good. Okay. Why non-action? Have you thought about it? Where's the wisdom in non-action? If the Buddha says non-action because it's a darn wise thing to do, what's so wise about it? Yes, go first.
Master, is it because no actions means no karma?
No action, no karma. Very good. The karma is created because you 做, you act. That's why you create karmas. So far, so good. Okay. So if you don't act, then there's no karma being created. Very good. Okay. Anyone else would like to explain why? What's the big deal about non-action? Yes, 7.
I think that's kind of a contradictory of terms of non-action, but with vigor.
No, it's 2 different things.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You can combine them too. Vigor, you're vigorous, but you are really not acting vigorous. Okay? I mean, your nature is vigor already. You don't need to act to be vigorous. So non-acting vigorous. Non-acting vigor. Yeah. You can combine them and you keep them separate. I'm separating them to make it easier for you. Okay? Anyone? What's the big deal about non-action? Why is it superior? What's required for non-action? How do you go to non-action? Anyone? 7.
Samadhi.
Samadhi, okay, very good. More specifically, how do you have non-action? 无作, Chinese 做. 做 is to do, action is to do. What does it mean? What does it mean? Yes, JC.
No seeking.
No seeking, correct? Okay? What's 做? What's doing? When you see the word Chinese, okay, Chinese people or Korean people or Vietnam people, okay, the Caucasians don't have this in their culture. What does it mean? 做? No doing. Vô tác. What's Korean for 无作? Vô tác, yeah. That's Vietnam. Anyone? What does it mean to be 无作? Go first.
No thinking.
No seeking, okay, and that's Chinese.
Thinking.
No thinking, okay, that's Chinese, okay. Anyone else? How do you 无作? It's fundamental. 无作 is 无业. If you don't do, then there's no karmas. Is that clear? If you don't do anything, then no karmas. That's why, yes, earlier answer, you don't do anything, therefore you're not creating karmas. You're free from karmas. Got that? How do you create karmas? By thinking. It starts with your mind. He says, I want to hit him. I want to make him leave the temple. Okay? It starts with the mind. So you first create mind karma, then becomes mouth. Okay? It becomes nose. You say, I want to inhale. Okay? But you say, I want to inhale. I want to eat. I want to yell at her. Okay? So start with the mind. I want to hit him. Okay? So the mind, the karma is created, the creation of karma starts with your mind. Is that clear? All the karmas in the world are created by our minds. So if you have 无作, meaning no creation of karma, means no mind. No mind is that you are at least 4th stage Arhat or higher. You reach 4th stage Arhat, this is why we emphasize for you. You get to 4th stage Arhat, okay, then you understand 无作. Then we teach you differently. Below that, you still are creating karmas. You cannot help yourselves. Therefore, we cannot teach you based on 无作. Am I making sense to you? Until you're able not to let your mind move, I cannot teach you what to do after. But below that, your mind is constantly moving. Okay? It has these ups and downs, up and down, up and down, up and down, constantly. Okay? And so we tell you, stay still. You say, stay still? What is stillness? Well, it's up here. 无作, stay still. So, okay. Got that? That's what 无作 means. It's about stilling your mind. That's correct. Meaning your mind doesn't move. You don't think anymore. Any questions about that? Therefore, you no longer are creating karmas. What's the advantage? Why? What's the big deal? More specifically, okay? For example, someone comes to you, okay, and slap you in the face. Just try it and see what happens. Let's say you slap her. Okay? Can I borrow your right arm? Okay. Yeah, slap her. No, for real. Don't just do it. Yeah. You have to slap her in the face. Move a little bit closer. No, it has to be real. Yes, it cannot be a theory. Okay? So imagine, if you will, that you slapped her in the face. That's 有作. Yeah? Like you are creating karmas. Yes? Because you start with, I want to slap her in the face. Therefore, you're creating karmas. Okay? On her side, she says, she's my disciple. Okay? Advanced disciple. She says, I'm Master YongHua disciple. I'm 无作. What does it mean, 无作? Someone just slapped you in the face. What? What do you do?
I don't know what happened.
You don't know what happened? What happened? So Korean. Yes, go for us. What do you do?
Don't get afflicted.
Don't get afflicted. Isn't that 有作? If you say, I don't get afflicted. For you to say, I don't get afflicted, then you are 有作 already.
You don't have to say that. You just don't get afflicted.
You don't get afflicted? But not getting afflicted is a sort of action, isn't it? Yes, JMT. I'm so proud of Jumi. Only Jumi understands at JMT. The rest of them, I know what Master YongHua is talking about. Go ahead, Jumi.
뺨을 때리면 땡큐 합니다. 감사하다고 얘기를 합니다. 왜냐하면 업장 소멸을 하게 해줬기 때문에 정말 감사하다고 생각하고 땡큐라고 합니다.
Very good. Correct. Okay. So you got slapped in the face. Okay? Does it hurt? I'm asking you. Does it hurt? Hurts or not? Of course it hurts. Oh, ouch. I forgot. Okay, it hurts. Yeah? Who says it doesn't hurt? Raise your hand. It all hurts. You all agree it hurts, right? We all know it hurts. It's, because it hurts. That's a fact. You can't say, it doesn't hurt. If you say it doesn't hurt, it's 有作. You're lying. Right? To lie is 有作. You have karmas. You're lying. You use your mind, I want to lie, and use your mouth to lie. Got that? So he said, it doesn't hurt. Okay? But what if, ouch! Is there karma there or not? Be careful, be careful. Huh? Is there karmas? See, you guys are so good at reading these things and regurgitating them and throw them back at me. I'm asking you very specifically, ouch! Is there karma there? Go for it, quickly! I'm running out of time.
If you just react without thinking, there's no karma.
Out! As long as you're not thinking, this is real, right? Out! Oh, damn.
It's just a reaction.
Give me quick answers quicker, okay? This is not funny. Okay? So, out. Okay? Out is natural. You don't have to think, right? To have out. Out is you don't have to think. Hey, it hurts. Okay? That's natural. Therefore, no karmas, right? Out. Okay? No karma. So far, so good. Okay? What about not getting afflicted? Is there karma there? Be careful, guys. Go for it.
You can do that without thinking.
You can do it without thinking. Okay, JMT. Is there karma there?
상대가 뺨을 때렸을 때 내가 있으면 아프고 기분이 번뇌가 있는 거고 내가 없으면 기분이 나쁘지 않고 번뇌가 없으면 업이 없습니다.
Very good. Okay, so you hit it out. Okay? That ouch is you don't need to think. You still do ouch, right? The ouch is natural. Ouch. Okay? You don't have to think to go ouch. Okay? But then next it says, is there karma? Or better yet, why? What did I do to you? Yes.
Master, when somebody slap our face and we say ouch, is that reaction to feeling?
No, it's natural. You have a body. It hurts. It hurts. What do you want? As long as you don't think, there's no karma. I'm describing a sequence to you. Okay, so when you look, what did I do to you? Why? Why did you hit me? Is there karma there? Yeah. Yes, right? Because you're afflicted. When you go like this, you're afflicted immediately. It hurts, therefore you're afflicted. What did I do? What happened? That kind of thing, right? Because your mind jumps in and says, what? The evil comes in. How? Who dare? Who hit me? Right? You're full of crap yourself. That's why. Who hit me? Who dare hit me? That's your natural reaction. Anyone? If you do that to me, that's the first thing. What? I'm the master here. How dare you? Got that? Is that clear? That's what happens to you constantly in daily lives. All right? So what's the point? What's the advantage of Wu Zuo? Non-action. In the back, quickly. I'm running out of time.
Master, does it mean that affliction will die out if we don't react to it?
This is real pain. Okay? It hurts. Okay? Physically, it hurts. Why are you afflicted? There's a difference between this physical hurt and mental pain. This is real. It's physical, simply physical. It's nothing yet. But when your mind is hurt and reacts to that, that's when you create karma. Does it help? All sages, when you hit a sage, like Master Shiran, you hit him, you think it hurts? What do you think? Does it hurt or not? Of course it does. It's his body. Okay? Everyone hurts. As long as you have body, your body has these nerves endings and you hit it and so forth. You can ask anyone and they say, yeah, of course, physically it hurts. But mentally, does it hurt him? Hell no. That's the difference. So you want Wu Zuo, you don't allow your mind to move. You're in samadhi. So therefore, even though you're in samadhi, okay, the hurt will not bother you. Got that? You have that ability already. As soon as I say you're 4A, okay, how do you do Wu Zuo? Stay in samadhi. You will not create any karmas. You only create karma because you're out of samadhi. Same thing, you 1G. I told you 1G. And you say, how come I still afflicted? You only 1G and not afflicted when you're in 1G samadhi. I only certify you can get the 1G samadhi. I did not certify you to be 1G forever, you idiot. Do you get it? And you're so ungrateful. I certified you to 1G so that you understand more and more about what can 1G do and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. But no, you turn around, bite me in my butt right away. You certified me 1G and how come I'm still this, I'm still that? You're so stupid, beyond. You're just hopeless for you. You want me to do everything for you. That's how stupid you really are. And what do we say about that? Stupid people don't deserve to live. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little. Jung, did you hear that? Okay? I see stupid people, that's what crosses my mind. Do you deserve to live? I'm kidding. Jesus, you guys are so serious. Got that? And that's all. Okay? If you're 4A and you're sitting there happy with full of yourself, so I'm 4A, Master YongHua just certified me a 4A, and I come and slap you in your face, say, what? What did I do to you? That's the kind of 4A you are. A loser 4A. You got that? 4As are superior 4As and loser 4As. You got that? That's all. Okay, finally, I need to go, guys. I'd like to stick around with you, but it's enough for today. Okay, what's the advantage of Wu Zuo? Besides the fact that you're not afflicted, you don't allow them to bring you down to their level, right? Because here's what happened to you when I tell you 4A, the people who are below you become jealous. They come to you and hit you in the back or kick you in the back just to shake you up so that you don't behave like a 4A and they laugh, say, see, Master YongHua is full of crap, and so are you. Because I afflict you that easily. Okay, so what's the advantage of 4A or Wu Zuo? When they create karma, okay, it bounces back at them. Is that clear? When hit like this, I'm hurt, but they also hurt. The hands also incurs a reaction. Force equals reaction. You got that? Same thing. When I managed to kick that one out, the guy out of my Vietnamese master's temple because of his smell, okay? I was so happy. I said, I'm so superior, you idiot. And I myself had to incur the retribution of kicking him out. Therefore, I got kicked out. I kicked myself out as well. Can you see that? There's justice in life, man. Okay? Nothing you can get away with it. Okay? So I kicked him out. Therefore, I kicked myself out as a result of my retribution. Isn't that interesting? Same thing. when they create a karma, okay, they themselves incur the reaction of their karmas. You don't need to do anything. You don't create karmas. Let them suffer the consequences of their karma creation. But if, on the other hand, if you react, you create karma, now you have to suffer. So they're stupid, they create karmas, okay? They suffer already. And when you retaliate, now you're creating karma, you also suffer. So the superiority is that let them suffer, we don't. No, you're not impressed. You Americans, I want to make him pay. I want to make him suffer. That's why it's non-Buddhist. You're real Buddhist, you let them suffer. You don't have to do anything. Got that? Okay, stop here today. Thank you, everyone.